Pioneer fans, Pioneer JV men's basketball is live and on the air. We're live here at the main gym on the campus of Pioneer High School, where it is your Pioneer men's junior varsity basketball team taking on the Huron River Rats. We are in the final moments of overtime between the freshman teams, tied at 41 going into overtime. Huron has taken over the overtime with 37.3 seconds left to go. It is Huron 48, Pioneer 42 on the freshman contest. We will have the junior varsity contest coming up immediately following this by probably about 10 minutes, and then we will have the varsity contest right around 7 o'clock. Between these two squads. Highly anticipated varsity team. Huron is 5-2 on the season. Pioneer 11-4. Pioneer was able to beat Huron back on January 17th at Huron. That was a 61-55 win by the varsity squads. We don't have the records for the JV squads, but as things get finished up here with freshman team, Pioneer has it in the front court. And it's going to be a foul as our camera person across the way waiting to get the scoreboard connected. But we'll play a few messages from the MHSAA right now, and then we will be back with your junior varsity action. You are watching Pioneer Junior Varsity Basketball, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The freshman contest is final. Huron won that one 50-48. Pioneer will hope to even the tables by winning the JV and hopefully the varsity contest. JV is next, coming up 9 minutes 25 seconds as both teams are getting warmed up now. We will get going in just a little bit. We'll continue with our messages from the MHSAA.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems.
A website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
as we are ready to go here from the main gym on the campus of Pioneer High School. It's the junior varsity contest between your Pioneer men's JV basketball team and the Huron River Rats. Following this game, we will have the varsity contest between these two crosstown rivals, but we're getting ready to jump it up and go. Huron was able to win the freshman contest in overtime, 50-46. We're expecting a great basketball game in both of these contests between these two hotly contested schools. Tiskovich in to take the jump. On the other side is Lee. There's the whistle. And we are underway. It is back grabbed, put up, and blocked from behind. Knocked away. Now that ball, Pioneer has it. Looking to inbound, that tipped all the way back, grabbed by Saito. Saito gets it over to Bailey. Bailey over to Lee. Lee on the near wing. Lee has it, flips it back, that pulled away. Cutting the other direction is Huron. Huron racing ahead with it. Sydney underneath, dishes it off into the near corner. That off, racing over to get it is Morning. He could not grab that. Now here comes Pioneer the other direction. Saito moves it over as that's pulled up and stolen away. Coming the other direction, that up and put in. Sydney with his first points of game, 2-0. Huron with the lead, 7:40 left to go. That goes out of bounds over into the near corner. Pioneer keeps it. Inbounded, Saito has it in the backcourt. Saito calling out signals, gets it over midcourt, over on the near wing to Jordan Ellington. That dish back off onto the far wing to Cy. Cy down the baseline, puts it up, wouldn't go, rebounds, pulled away by Cy. They're going to say jump ball, 7:02 left to go here in the first. Huron inbounds, bringing it ahead is Morning. Morning has Jordan Ellington watching him. And dished off into the far corner. Long shot, three, rattles home by Poole. So Poole has his first points of the game, 5-0 Huron, and that's stolen away. Put up, and the layup missed as that was Morning trying to get the layup. Huron dishes it off into the far corners. That's Willis with it. Willis moves it, and put up and in by Poole. Cy picks up the foul. That will put Poole to the line, shooting to make it a 3-point play. 7-0 Huron with the lead here in the junior varsity contest. Poole at the line. Dribbles the ball. Eyes the rim, bends the knees, puts it up. Rattles around, wouldn't go. Rebound. And knocked away. Huron has it underneath. Over to Morning. Morning puts it up and in. Morning with his first points of the game, and it's 9-0. Junior varsity contest coming ahead. Here comes Saito. Saito all the way over, trying to get it back over to Karsh. Karsh has it on the near sideline. Karsh dribbling ahead. That's stolen away by Poole. Out of bounds. That will be Pioneer's ball. 6:14 left to go here in the first. 9-0 Huron with the lead. Lots of steals and getting into the passing lane quickly. Karsh into the paint, dishes it off into the near corner to Rink. That knocked back, racing out of bounds. Huron trying to come down with it as they ended up stepping out of bounds. As Richardson to inbound right in front of us. Richardson gets it back to Saito in the backcourt. Saito brings it ahead, calling off signals. Saito over half court. Saito moves it over to Richardson. Richardson dishes it back to Saito on the far wing. Trying to get it that tipped away, coming the other direction. Here comes Poole. Poole racing into the paint, puts it up. That off the front of the rim, pulled down. Good rebound by Richardson. Saito the other direction for Pioneer. Bounce pass over to Karsh. Down the baseline, puts it up, puts it in. Karsh with his first points of the game. And it's 9-2. Huron with the lead. Quickly ahead to Morning over half court for the River Rats. Saito comes over to provide extra pressure. That dished off down the baseline, up and in as Deskovic put that in. It's 11-2. Huron with the lead. Rink trying to pass it for Pioneer. Underneath that, stolen away. Headed the other direction is Willis for the River Rats. Over to Poole on the near wing. Poole into the paint. Put up off the glass and in. Poole with a game-high 7 points, and it's 13-2. Quickly ahead to Karsh, who puts it up as Karsh has the points for Pioneer so far, 4-13, as a good layup by Karsh. Gets Pioneer trying to cut into the lead. 9-point lead for Huron as they have the ball. Quickly ahead to Willis. That's stolen away by Pioneer. Saito has it in the backcourt, bringing it ahead. Saito over half court now. Saito brings it down and dishes it off to Rink on the near wing. Rink in there working against Morning. Rink comes top of the key, moves it over to Karsh on the far wing. Karsh working against Poole, bounce pass over to Richardson. Richardson over to Rink in the near corner. Rink gets a screen from Lee. Rink coming back towards the baseline. Rink spins with it, gets it to Lee at the free throw line. Lee coming between, that knocked away. Rink gets it back, puts up a three-pointer. That off the rim, trying to pull it down. Huron with the rebound, coming the other direction. 4:07 left to go here in the first. 13-4. Huron with the 9-point lead and the ball. Willis has it. Bounce pass over on the near wing over to Morning. Back to Willis. Willis into the paint. Puts it up. That off the side of the rim. Pulled down by Karsh. Over to Saito. Pioneer brings it ahead. Saito over half court to the free throw line. Saito into the paint. Dishes it off to Lee underneath. Pushed from behind. That's going to be a foul. So that foul will be on Morning. His first foul. Lee with his first shot from the line. That up and off the front. The back of the rim wouldn't go. Fell off the far side. One more coming for Lee. Trying to get it down to an 8-point lead for the River Rats with 3:46 left to go here in the first. Lee bends the knees, eyes the rim, puts it up. Rattles itself home. Lee adds a point, and it's 13-5. Huron with the lead. Quickly ahead with it is coming down Sidney. Sidney into the paint, and that got stuck as he put it up. Got stuck between the rim and the glass, but a foul called before that. Karsh picks up his first foul. That is 2 on Pioneer, 1 on Huron. Sidney puts up the first shot. That is nothing but net. Sidney with 3 points, trying to make it 4. Second shot is up and good. Sidney with 4 points, and it's 15-5, 10-point lead for Huron. Saito brings ahead for Pioneer. Over on the near wing to Rink. Rink over half court. Double team. Quick bounce pass over to Lee. Stolen away, heading the other direction. And fired into the paint. Put up and in by Poole. Poole has 9 points now, and it's 17-5. Huron with the lead with 3:22 left to go. Quickly ahead. Pioneer has it. Karsh underneath the Richardson. Richardson in the paint. Tipped away. Gets it back to Lee. Top of the key. Lee moves it over to Saito on the far sideline. Saito calling off signals. Racing over to get him is Sidney. Now into the near corner. Richardson trying to get it back over to Rink. Quick hands. Huron dishes it off. Sidney into the paint. That put up off the glass and in. Sidney with 6 points. Opportunity to make it 7, and that makes it 19-5. Huron with the lead. Sydney makes it 7. And it's 20-5. Huron with the lead. Pioneer with the ball. Rink bringing it ahead. 2:50 left to go here in the first. Ahead to A.J. Karsh. And moving over on the far. Saito with a shot off the back of the rim. Lee with the rebound. Lee coming down the far side of the paint. Gets it over to Saito. Saito to Rink. Now into the near corner. Richardson for 3 off the back of the rim. Tipped by Karsh. Here comes Saito for the free-throw line. Underneath to Richardson. Off the glass and in. Richardson with hers first points of the game, and it's 20-7, 13-point lead for Huron. They have the ball quickly ahead. Poole puts it, that fouls off the near side of the rim. Battle for it. Lee trying to get to it. That ball loose on the far side, now brought up. Here comes Saito for Pioneer. Saito over half court. Saito right on the blockade. Saito working against Poole. Dribbles to his left. Now over to Richardson into the near corner. There's Rink for 3. Off the rim. Tipped back. Rink gets his own rebound. Back over to Saito. Saito just inside of half court. Saito top of the key now at the far elbow. Gets it over to Karsh on the far wing. Karsh works his way. Top of the key. Karsh hands it off to Rink. Rink moves over, now tipped away as that was knocked away by Sydney. Out of bounds, that will be Pioneer ball as 2 Huron players down hard. They pop up easy. Limping just a little bit is Sydney. We hope he's all right. 4:42 left to go here in the first. 22-7, 13-point lead by Huron. Saito brings it ahead for Pioneer over half court. Saito on the far sideline, gets it over to Sai. Sai on the blockades, back over to Saito on the far sideline. Saito steps back right in front of the scorer's bench, launches it over to Sai. Sai has it. Poole with quick hands trying to get on top of that. Sai on the near wing, now back over to Saito. Saito just inside of half court. Saito looking to get a screen from Karsh. Saito into the paint, dishes it off into the near corner. Sai for 3, and he hits it. Sai makes it, gets it down to a 10-point game. Huron quickly ahead and tipped away off of Morning's foot. Side the other direction for Pioneer. And stolen right back away by Morning for Huron. Morning into the paint. Blocked by Karsh from behind. 52.6 seconds left to go in the first. 20-10. Huron with the lead. As the official had a good view of it. Morning at the line, bends the knees, puts it up, puts it in. Morning with 3 points, and it is 21-10. Huron with the lead. Opportunity to make it 22-10, get it back to a 12-point lead. Morning puts it up, puts it in. Now bringing it ahead. Sai has it. 42 seconds left to go. Now with it, flipped over on the far side. Jones moved it over to Sai. Sai into the near corner for Richardson. Richardson working his way around. Now coming over the other direction is Thurman underneath. That rolls up and in.
22.
As that Carvalli gets the basket. Now on the far elbow, that back over into the near corner. Richardson trying to get into the paint. Back, tipped back away, trying to grab that. Moved over. Sai has it on the far wing. Tipped out of bounds, getting his hand in the way is Carvalli. He is number 22. Ball inside, puts it up off the side of the glass. And at the end of the first, it is 24-10. Huron with the lead. Let's play a quick message from the MHSAA.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As bringing in, and inbounded by Bailey. Saito brings it ahead, 24-10. Huron with the 14-point lead. 7:55 left to go before halftime. That put up, rolled off, and out of bounds. That will be Huron's ball as Thurman inbounds, now bringing ahead. Here comes Willis. Willis over half court. That is going to be travel. That will go over to Pioneer. Bailey to inbound. On the near sideline, 7:45 left to go here in the second. 24-10, 14-point lead by Huron. Bringing ahead is Saito. Saito over half court. Saito at the near elbow into the near corner. And moved by Bailey back over to Saito. Saito loses it into the near corner. Trying to dish it off over to Conley. That brought back. Coming the other direction. Here comes Willis underneath. Knocked away by Sai. Sai quickly ahead to Saito. Saito on the near side of the paint. Stops. Picks up the dribble. Dishes it off underneath. Over to Bailey. That knocked away quickly the other direction. Here comes Sydney. Sydney up. Rolls her in. Sydney with 9 points. And it's 26-10. Huron with the lead. 7:08 left to go. Sai quickly ahead for Pioneer. Sai gets it over to Rink. Rink over to Saito, top of the key. Now that move, Saito comes over, being watched there by Willis. Saito dishes it off on the far sideline to Rink. Rink back over to Saito on the near wing. Saito gets a screen from Conley, now gets it, trying to get back to Conley. That's stolen away. Here comes Poole the other direction. Down the near side of the paint, finger roll up and in. Poole has a game-high 11 points, and it's 28-10. Huron with the 18-point lead, quickly ahead, trying to get to Conley. That off of his fingertips, out of bounds. That will be Huron ball with 6:32 left to go here in the second. Huron inbounds, bringing ahead is Sydney. Quickly ahead over to Thurman. Thurman puts it up off glass, wouldn't go. Rink with the rebound. Here comes Pioneer. Quickly the other direction. Sai on the far sideline. That knocked out of bounds by Sydney. 18-point lead for the River Rats with 6:21 left to go before halftime. As Jones the inbound right in front of the scorer's bench over to Sai. Sai brings it over half court. Sai bounce pass over to Jones on the near wing. Jones right down on the baseline. Jones right in front, that off the side of the rim. Coming the other direction. Here comes Willis. Willis ahead. That put up, trying to dunk it with Sydney. Couldn't quite get the height. Now side the other direction for Pioneer. Huron up to 18 points, 28-10. Sai puts it up off glass. Wouldn't go. Pulled down by Sydney the other direction. Quickly moving over to Poole on the far sideline. Poole coming down the baseline. Dishes it off. Racing over to try and get it was the Thurman. And just off his fingertips, out of bounds. Pioneer ball with 5:46 left to go here in the second. Pioneer inbound. Sai brings it ahead down the far sideline. Sai over half court. Sydney picks him up there, moving it over. Jones into the near corner, over to Bailey. Bailey gets it back to Jones. Now over on the far wing to Rink. Rink. Now, top of the key, flips that back over to Jones on the near wing. Jones dribbles, spins with it on the far side of the paint, puts it up off the back of the rim. That track down. Here comes Willis the other direction over half court for the River Rats. Willis on the far wing. Steps back at the blockades. That block by Saito. Saito over half court now for Pioneers. Saito puts up a three. That falls short. Rebound by Sydney. Quickly the other direction. Poole puts it up. Finger roll and in. Poole now has 13 points, and it's 30-10, 20-point lead by Huron with 4:55 left to go. Now Jones gets it over to Cy. Cy into the near corner. Working his way. Bailey dishes it off to Rink. Rink for three. That off the back of the rim. Conley gets it back. Whistle. Conley picks up the foul. First foul of the second. 4:42 left to go here in the second. Huron with the 30-10 lead. Bringing it ahead is Morning. Morning over half court. Morning calls out signal, gives it over to Hudson on the near wing. Hudson back over on the far wing to Gurnett. Gurnett over to Poole. Poole back over to Gurnett. Now into the near corner. Morning trying to get himself away. That's going to be a foul on Conley, his second. 4:25 left to go here in the second. As bringing it ahead, here comes Morning. Morning on the near wing. Morning outside, dishes it off underneath. Trying to work his way over is Duskovic. Duskovic gets it back. Over on the far wing to Hudson. Hudson back top of the key. Over to Gurnett. Gurnett over to Poole. Poole just to the near elbow. That dished off as Gurnett puts it up and in. He's got a three-pointer. Gurnett has three. And it's 33-10. 23-point lead. That out of bounds. It will be Jones' ball on the near wing. As Jones looking to get it in, gets it into Bailey. Bailey on the near sideline. Bailey dribbles back. He's working against Gurnett. Gurnett. And over to Jones. Jones about 10 feet inside of half court. Bounce pass, gets it over to Karsh. Karsh over to Richardson, back to Karsh. Karsh coming down the baseline. It's a bump underneath and a foul call with 3:33 left to go. Duskovic as his first foul. 3:33 left to go as before halftime. Karsh trying to cut into lead. He has the opportunity to get down to 21-point lead. First basket up and good for Karsh. Karsh leads all Pioneer players with 5 points, trying to make it 6. Second shot up and coming. Karsh puts it in. So 33-11. It's a 22-point lead. Bringing it ahead is Morning. Morning. Top of the key over to Duskovic. Duskovic underneath. That put up and in. Poole continues his fantastic play. He has 15 points. It's 35-11. Huron with the lead with 3:15 left to go here in the first. Jones has it for Pioneer. Coming down, trying to get to the baseline. Put up it. Off-balance shot that pulled down by Poole. Poole heads the other direction for Huron. Over half court, down the far sideline. Poole cuts towards the paint, puts it into the near corner. That dished off to Hudson. Knocked away. Here comes Karsh. Karsh racing ahead. Hudson tries to get in front of him. Karsh finger roll, rolls all the way around and out. Duskovic gets the rebound. Duskovic moves it over. Now racing ahead is Gurnett. Gurnett quickly over off the underside of the basket by Morning. Collected by Labordo, quickly the other side. Here comes Rink into the near corner. Grabbed, top of the key over to Karsh. Karsh moves it over on the near wing to Jones. Jones back over to Richardson. Richardson working against Gurnett. Moved over, now coming down the far side of the paint is Karsh. Karsh backs off onto the far sideline. Karsh moves it over to Richardson. Richardson on the near wing. Rink has it down the baseline. Rink bounce pass underneath, trying to get it over to Labordo. That is going to be out of bounds. 2:14 left to go. Pioneer with the ball. 24-point lead by Huron. Inbounded to Labordo. Labordo puts it up. That off the rim. Trying to get to it was Jones. That out of bounds. That will be Huron ball. Huron with the 24-point lead and the ball with 2:09 left to go before halftime. Now bringing ahead is Morning. Over half court, being watched there by Jones. That flipped over as Sidney gets it back. Morning racing down to the baseline, whistle underneath. Jones picks up the foul. That is his second foul. 2:01 left to go before halftime. Poole all the way across over to Willis. Willis on the near wing. Willis bounce pass back to Poole for Huron. Poole working against Richardson. Dribbles to the left. Poole works his way around the arc. Hands it off to Willis into the far corner. Now coming down the paint. That was Sidney. Over to Morning. Morning three-pointer. Wouldn't go. Battle for it underneath. Poole gets the rebound. Puts it up. Wouldn't go. But a foul with 1:38 left to go here in the second. Rink picks up his first foul. Poole looking to add to his game-high 15 points. Poole dribbles. Bends the knees, eyes the rim, puts it up. That off the side of the rim. One more coming for Poole. Poole, one more shot coming, trying to get it to an even 25-point lead. That up. And goodbye, Poole. He has 16 points. 36-11, 25-point lead by the River Rats. Pioneer just trying to chip away, get some positive things happening. Labordeaux inbounds. Richardson has it. Richardson over half court, coming down the far sideline for Pioneer. Richardson. Now gets it over into the far corner. Karsh steps back. Karsh working his way around the arc, moves it over to Jones. Jones dribbles to his left. Jones picks up his dribble, moves it back over to Richardson. Richardson onto the near wing, into the paint. That tipped, trying to fire it. Whistle underneath as it went off of the rim.
Foul is on Huron, number 1, Nate Sidney.
So Sidney picks up the foul. Richardson at the line, trying to get it down to a 24-point lead. First one off the back of the rim, would not go. One more coming for Richardson. Richardson puts up the next one. That one is good. Richardson has 3 points, and it's 36-12, 24-point lead. As Willis brings it ahead. Gets it back over to Sidney. Sidney into the near corner. And dished off by Cameron. Down, coming the other direction. Here comes Jones. Jones for Pioneer. Moves it over to Karsh on the far side of the paint. Karsh bounce pass underneath, trying to get to Richardson. Out of bounds. That will be Huron ball with 57 seconds left to go in the second. Bringing it ahead is Willis. Willis brings it up court, over half court. Willis moves it over on the far wing to Thurman. Thurman down the paint, puts it up. That off the glass. Pulled down by Labordeaux. Labordeaux over to Jones, quickly ahead. That intercepted. Racing the other direction is Kavari. Now over half court is Thurman. Thurman for Huron. Into the near corner for Sidney. Sidney on the near sideline. Comes top of the key. Bounce pass over to Fox. Fox over on the far wing to Willis. Willis gets it back, top of the key, over for Cameron. Cameron over on the near wing for Fox. Now Thurman has it. Thurman back, top of the key. And flipped over by Willis over on the far sideline. Sidney with it, gets it back over to Thurman. Thurman to Fox. Fox, bounce pass. Over on the near wing, gets it back over to Sidney, down into the paint. Sidney puts it up off glass, wouldn't go. That will do it at the end of the first half. It is 36-12. Huron with the 24-point lead. We'll step away and play some messages from the MHSAA. You are watching Pioneer Men's University Basketball, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As we are at halftime, it is Huron with the lead, 36-12. They have the 24-point lead. Taking a look at the scoring so far, Karsh has 5 for Pioneer, 3 for Richardson, 3 for Cy, and 2 for Lee. On the other side, it is Poole leading the way for Huron with 16 points, 9 for Sydney, 4 for Morning, 3 for Gernant, 2 for Kaveri, and 2 for Deskovich. Fouls, thusly, 2 on Karsh, 2 on Conley, 2 on Jones, 1 on Cy, and 1 on Rink. So no one in huge foul trouble as of yet. On the other side, it is 1 on Kavari, 1 on Deskovich, 1 on Sydney, 1 on Morning. So no fouls issues on the other side for Huron. The freshman contest ended up tied at the end of regulation, went to overtime where Huron won that one 50-46. We will have the varsity contest right after this game, about 10-15 minutes after this game. Approximate time will be 7 o'clock. We're very lucky to be joined by Coach Mike Ahrens and his wife Kim doing stats for us, so we are very excited. Always love to have him on the broadcast and his knowledge and expertise joining me. So let's play just a few more messages from the MHSAA, and we will be right back with your second half action. You're watching Pioneer Junior Varsity Basketball, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
36-12 here at the beginning of the third. Huron with the 24-point lead, as their lead is they've tripled up Pioneer here in the first half. Pioneer looking to just make some things happen, try and win the quarter, win each possession, and not worry about the big scoreboard itself. Let that take care of itself. Out there, Jordan Ellington, Saito, Lee, Cy, and Bailey are the group for Pioneer. Morning out there for the River Rats, as well as Deskovich, Poole, Sydney, and Willis. Willis gets it in the backcourt for Huron. Willis brings it ahead. Working against Saito. Willis over half court. Willis bounce pass over on the far wing. Gets it over to Morning. Morning over on the near wing to Willis. Willis for 3. That just brushed the rim out of bounds. That will be Pioneer ball. 7:45 left to go here in the third. Bringing ahead, Jordan Ellington has it as he goes over half court. Over to Saito on the near wing. Saito working against Willis. Saito on the near wing. Bounce pass into the near corner as working his way. Bailey, and that's going to be a travel. Here on ball, 7:28 left to go here in the third. 36-12. Huron trying to get it inbounded. Tipped. Jordan Ellington knocks it out of bounds. Will remain. Come on, guys. Pioneer trying to inbound it back. Now with it on the near wing. Bailey dishes it off. Jordan Ellington. Now all the way back on the far sideline to Saito. Back to Jordan Ellington. Jordan Ellington, top of the key, moves it over to Cy. Cy racing down the far sideline. That is probably going to be a travel. That will be travel over to Huron. Morning. Inbounds, baseline right, gets it over to Willis. Willis brings it ahead for Huron. Huron with a 36-12 lead here in the JV contest. Now Poole puts it up, off glass and in, as Poole has 18 points quickly ahead. Cy trying to move it over to Bailey. That tipped away. Bailey has it, gets it over to Lee. Lee for Pioneer, out into the paint, whistle. So Diskovich picks up his second foul. Pioneered inbound baseline right. All the way over, grabbing it on the near wing of Saito. Saito dribbles, top of the key to the free throw line. Now moving it over. Jordan Ellington for three. That off the rim, pulled down by Lee. Lee in the paint. Now dishes it back over. Bailey for three. And off the rim, pulled down by Poole, but there's going to be a whistle and a foul. As Diskovich picks up his third foul. He goes out. Coming back in is Kavari. Jordan Ellington inbound, baseline right, 6:31 left to go. Saito in the near corner, moves it over, Sai moves it over to Saito. Saito on the near wing, working against Poole. Saito comes top of the key, coming down the near side, that out of bounds.
Ball to the River Rats.
Now that dished all the way back out. Huron with it, 36-12. Huron with the 26-point lead. There's a shot and all the way back, as that was Sidney who took the three-pointer. Poole gets it up and in. So basket counts for Poole. He has 20 points. Lee picks up the foul. That is his first foul. Poole trying to make it 21 points. So far, 6:09 left to go in the third. Poole dribbles the ball, bends the knees, puts it up off the front of the rim, but that grab by Willis. Willis into the near corner is trying to work his way down. Step back shot by Morning, up and good, but that's a long two. So 6 points for Morning. Quickly ahead, Karsh has it for Pioneer. 42-12, 30-point lead by Huron. Karsh on the far sideline trying to get it to Cy in the far corner. That tipped out of bounds by Poole. Jordan Ellington has it in front of his own bench on the far sideline. Jordan Ellington now looking for a place to go with it. Bounce pass. So 5-second call. That's going to be Huron's ball as they get it into Sidney. Sidney over half court. Sidney brings it ahead. 30-point lead for Huron, 42-12 into the paint. That put up off the glass by Morning, pulled down by Karsh. Gets it over to Saito. Saito ahead for Pioneer. That off of a leg, moves it over to Jordan Ellington. Jordan Ellington bounce pass over to Karsh on the near wing. Karsh gets it over to Jordan Ellington. Jordan Ellington now on the near wing. Jordan Ellington dishes it off to Saito on the far side. 3 points, and Saito hits it. That's his first points of the game. Saito has 3, and it's 42-15. Huron quickly ahead with the lead. That dished off into the paint. Put up and rolling around and in. Morning with 8 points, and it's 44-15. Bounce pass over onto the far sideline, trying to get it over to Lee. That just out of his reach. Looks like that's going to be Huron ball on the far sideline. Sidney to inbound, 44-15. 29-point lead by the River Rats. And they're looking to add more. Willis quickly ahead into the far corner. That's a three-pointer up and good by Kavari. Kavari with 5 points, and it's 47-15. Huron with the lead. Pioneer with the ball. Jordan Ellington on the far wing. Jordan Ellington to the far elbow. That's stolen away. Coming ahead with it. Kavari into the paint. Knocked away, but picked up, and As Thurman able to bounce it off of a Pioneer, that she'll remain Huron ball. They'll have it inbounding baseline left. Pooled inbound. 4:30 left to go here in the third. 47-15. 32-point lead by the River Rats. Conley in as well as Leberdo. Lee and Richardson get a breather. .430 left to go. Inbounded Willis coming down the near sideline into the paint, up off the side of the paint. Battling it, that off of a foot is Thurman trying to get to it. And on the near sideline, that in, put up and rattled home by Sidney. Sidney has 11 points, and it's 49-15. Huron with the lead. 4:11 left to go. Karsh on the near wing, bounce pass to Conley. Conley into the paint. Conley puts it up high off the glass. Wouldn't go, pulled down, racing the other direction. It's Sidney. Sidney down the far sideline for Huron. Sidney down the baseline, dishes it off to Willis. Willis back into the corner now. Coming up the baseline is Poole. That off the glass, racing over. Saito trying to get to it, sliding out of bounds. Huron player slow to get up. We hope he's all right. And Sidney, he pops up. He looks like he's okay. Ended up one with the bench there for a moment. 3:51 left to go here in the third. 49-15. Huron with the epic lead, coming ahead with it. Here comes Saito over half court. Saito moving over onto the far wing, dishes it off, then gets it back from the Jesus. Saito stops on the far wing, working his way into the near corner. That grab by Leberdo, now over Karsh on the far wing. Karsh to the far elbow, now steps back. Karsh trying to dribble down the far side of the paint. Over to DeJesus. DeJesus for three. That off the rim, tracked down by Gurnant. Gurnant puts it underneath. That tipped away by Karsh from Thurman. Now dishes it off. Thurman puts it up and in. Thurman with his first points of the game. He has two. And it's 51-15. Huron with the lead. Saito brings it ahead with 3:05 left to go in the third. Saito up the near sideline, calling out signals. Thurman watching him into the near corner for Karsh. Karsh, top of the key, over for DeJesus. DeJesus, bounce pass over to Saito. Saito comes top of the key now down the far side of the paint. Bounce pass underneath to Conley. Conley up off the glass. Wouldn't go, but a whistle. 2:48 left to go here in the third. Conley to the line. Poole picks up his first foul. 2 on Pioneer, 2 on Huron. Conley puts up the shot off the front of the rim, would not go. Substitutions as Phelps in, as well as Fox. Conley puts it up and in. Conley with his first point of the game, and it's 51-16. Bringing it ahead is Thurman. Thurman over on the near wing as he gets it to Kavare. Kavare off the side of the rim, puts it back, top of the key, now racing over with it is Gurnant. And pulled away by Karsh. Karsh working his way down the far sideline. Over to Saito. Saito over half court. Saito gets it into the far corner to Jesus for three. That rims around as Gurnant has the rebound. Gurnant over half court. Gurnant now puts it up off the front of the rim. Rebound would not go as Phelps trying to put it up. Wouldn't go, but he's fouled. Or no, jump ball, excuse me. 2:16 left to go here in the third. 51-16. Huron with the lead. As that got tied up, that will be Pioneer ball. Bringing it ahead is Willis. Willis over half court. Working against him is Thurman. Willis gets a screen from Conley. Top of the key. Willis Saito puts up the three-pointer. Saito puts it in as that is 6 points for Saito. 51-19. as that moved back, bringing it ahead is Willis for Huron. And down the far side of the paint, over to Cavare. And ball back down. Willis puts it up off the glass. Wouldn't go, but a whistle. 1:53 left to go here in the third. As it's a 51-19 lead by Huron. 32-point lead for Huron. Trying to make that higher is Willis. Willis, his first shot is off the front of the rim. He'll get another opportunity. Dribbles the ball, eyes the rim, puts it up, and rattles it home. As Willis has his first point of the game. 1:40 left to go here in the third. Sido brings it over half court for Pioneer, gets a screen from Conley. Being watched by Phelps. Sido comes down into the near corner, puts up a long two. Sido hits it. He has 8 points, and it's 52-21. Huron with the lead. Bringing it ahead is Thurman. Thurman coming down the far side of the paint, dishes it off into the near corner. That out of bounds. As Pioneer to inbound. Bringing it ahead as Sido has it down the far side. That off the side of the rim, pulled down by Willis coming the other direction. Now racing ahead, Willis down the far side, puts it into the near corner. Poole for a three, that pulled down. Trying to put it up is Fox. Grabbed, but a foul. DeJesus picks up the foul. As that'll be inbounded by Poole. Poole skies it all the way. Willis has it. Willis into the near corner. Poole puts it up for a three. That off the back of the rim. Phelps diving down to get it. Out of bounds. That will be Pioneer's ball. As that inbounded to Sido. Sido brings it up the near sideline. Sido over half court, being watched there by Willis. Sido has a screen from Conley, now steps back. Sido dribbles, top of the key, dishes it off, trying to get to DeJesus. He was cutting already to the basket. Little miscommunication, out of bounds. 52-21. Huron with the 31-point lead. Willis quickly ahead, cross-court pass, that over to Gurnett. Underneath, Phelps puts it up and in. Phelps with his first points of the game. He has two, and it's 22 seconds left to go. Sido here in the third. Sido gets it over, coming down. Rink puts up a long two-pointer. That tracked down. Fox has it, now heading the other direction. Here comes Willis over half court. Willis bounce pass underneath, trying to get to Phelps, as that will be travel and go over to Pioneer with 3.6 seconds left to go in the third. 54-21. Huron with the lead. Pioneer with the ball. Sido brings it ahead. He's being watched by Willis. Sido launches it all the way off the side of the glass. No good. And it is at the end of three. Huron 54 and Pioneer 21. As we will be right back with your fourth quarter action. You're watching Pioneer Men's JV Basketball, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
8 minutes up on the clock. Huron with the ball. Inbounding it is Hudson right in front of us. It's 54-21. 33-point lead by Huron. Entering the fourth, they get it back over to Sydney. Sydney bringing it ahead. Being watched by Bailey. Sydney moves it over to Cameron. Cameron on the far sideline. As Poole dive over on the far sideline. I believe that was Saito. Tips it out of bounds. That's Huron's ball. As that will be Sydney to inbound on the far sideline. As that inbounded by Sydney, back to Poole. Poole work against Cy over midcourt. Poole moves it over to Cameron. Now Hudson has it back over to Cameron. Cameron over to Poole just inside of half court. Poole bounce pass. Now working his way down the baseline. Poole dishes it off. Hudson for a three, and Hudson hits it. Hudson with his first points of the game, he has 3, and it's 57-21. Now Rink down the baseline, that's blocked and out of bounds. As that went off of Rink, that will be Huron ball. 7:20 left to go. 36-point lead by Huron. Hudson inbounds it, bringing it ahead is Sydney. Sydney down the far sideline. Bailey watching him. Sydney comes top of the key. Sydney now steps back, spins with it. Sydney dishes it off. Hudson racing down the near side of the paint into the near corner. Poole with it. Poole trying to come into the paint. Bounce pass underneath. Hudson has it. Now gets it right back over to Deskovich. There's a three-pointer off the rim. Pulled down. Deskovich last touching it. That grabbed by Cameron in the near corner. Cameron bounced off. Bailey knocking it out of bounds. That will remain here on ball. 6:46 left to go. As you got lots of people coming in here in the fourth, getting ready for the varsity contest. As that underneath Poole down the baseline. Tipped, brought back. Here comes Karsh the other direction. Karsh for Pioneer. Top of the key. Karsh spinning with it. Gets it over to Rink. Rink for 3. Off the back of the rim. Wouldn't go. Cy with the rebound. Cy over to Karsh in the near corner. Karsh gets it to Lee. Lee for 3. Lee rattles it home. Lee has 5 points, and it's 57-24. Huron with the lead with 6:18 left to go here in the fourth. Over half court. Moved over. Sydney has it. Gets it back. That tipped out of bounds. Believe that's going to stay here on ball. Hudson to inbound. Baseline left with 6:10 left to go. Launched as Poole gets it all the way back to Sydney. Now into the paint. Dished back as Deskovich had it. Out of bounds, there is a foul. Karsh picks up his third foul. First of the quarter for either team. Huron inbounds. Poole in the far corner. Poole looking to try and get it away from Lee. Poole into the paint, dishes it off. And a little miscommunication, nobody home. That will be Pioneers' ball with 5:56 left to go here in the fourth, 57-24. The River Rats with the lead. Leberdo to inbound, baseline left. Full court pressure by Huron, trying to get it in to Saito on the far sideline. Saito in the backcourt. Brings it over half court. Poole watches him there. Saito just off the top of the key, over on the near wing. Saito into the near corner. And he'll work his way around. That dished off by Field. Now Field gets it back on the near wing. Into the near corner. Back to Field on the near wing. Field dribbles to his left. Now trying to get it underneath. That tipped away. Grabbed by Deskovich. Coming the other direction is Sydney. Sydney over half court for Huron. Sydney dribbles down the near side of the paint. Puts it up. That rattles off. Grabbed by Deskovich, who puts it up and in. Deskovich with with 4 points, and it is 59-24. Huron with the lead. Saito right to the free throw line now, steps back, moves it over to Field on the near wing. Field over to Richardson on the far wing. Richardson down the baseline, picks up the dribble, moves it over to Leberdo on the far side. Back over to Saito. Saito just inside of half court. Saito, top of the key, now over on the far wing. Gets that back over to Leberdo. Leberdo. Whistle.
Foul is on number 1.
Sidney picks up his second foul.
Nate Sidney. Fulton Pioneers.
Back in for Huron is Fox. Saito being watched by Poole, gets into field, back to Saito. Saito gets it to Conley on the baseline. Conley dribbles his way into the paint, spins with it, puts it up. Off the front of the rim, wouldn't go. Coming the other direction is Sidney for Huron. 59-24 into the far corner. That shot by Cameron off the rim, pulled down. Leberdo trying to get it. Rebound up by Poole, left hand. That off the back of the rim wouldn't go. Here comes Pioneer. 4:23 left to go here in the first. 59-24. Huron with the lead. Saito top of the key. Now steps back. Heavy pressure by Poole. Poole gets the ball coming down the far side. Picked up by Richardson. Back over to Saito. Saito over half court for Pioneer. Saito stops at the baseline, moving it over to Field. Field back over to Saito on the near wing. Saito down the near side of the paint. Puts it up. Wouldn't go. Conley with the rebound. Conley rolls it around and in. Conley with 3 points, and it is 59-26. Huron with the lead. Sidney brings it ahead. Over to Poole on the near wing. Into the near corner. That put up and in by Cameron for 3. Cameron with his first points. Pioneer brings it ahead 62-26. Huron with the lead. Saito down the far sideline over half court. Poole watching him. Now Saito dribbles down the far sideline, trying to dish it off. That's stolen away by Poole. Poole brings it ahead. Down into the paint, put up as Sidney couldn't get it to go. There's a foul. Hopefully Hudson is all right. He pops up as he was caught from behind by Field. Field gets the his first foul. 3:20 left to go here in the fourth, 62-36. Huron with the 38-point lead, now 39-point lead as Hudson hits the first one. He has 4 points. One more coming for Hudson. As now Fox and Phelps in for Huron. Put up by Hudson off the back of the rim, trying to track it down. Pulled and grabbed by Huron on the near sideline as Field goes down to the court. Cameron picks up the foul. Pioneer to inbound on the near sideline. That into Saito. Saito brings it in. Saito picked up there by Gurnett. Up. Saito puts it up and in. He has 10 points lead. All Pioneer scores. As due to the differential, the clock continues to roll. Hudson to inbound, baseline right. Bounce pass into Cameron. Cameron double team coming up the near sideline. Cameron dishes it off. Grabbing it is Gurnett. Gurnett down, bounce pass underneath as Phelps, then blocked from behind. Conley moves it over. Now racing ahead with it is Saito. Saito over half court. Saito comes top of the key. Now coming down the paint. Dishes it off. That put up as DeJesus's shot was blocked. Foul though. Cameron picks up his second foul. DeJesus at the line shooting 2, trying to get up to a 30-point. Trying to get up to 30 points for Pioneer. First one rolls around and in. So DeJesus with his first point of the game. 63-29. DeJesus, opportunity to get down to a 33-point lead for the River Rats. And I'd put up and in to Jesus with 2 points, and it's 63 to 30. Huron with the lead. Phelps moves it back over to Hudson. Hudson for three. Off the rim, pulls it down now, and dished over into the near corner. Trying to work his way around is Fox. Fouled. Going into the paint. Oh, they'll say that went out of bounds beforehand. 2:14 left to go here in the fourth. Inbounded to Saito. Saito brings it ahead down the near sideline. Over half court. Saito working against Thurman. Saito, top of the key, gets a screen from Conley, dishes it off on the far wing to Jesus, trying to work his way over to Jesus. That's stolen away the other direction. Thurman with it. Thurman bounce pass underneath the Hudson. Hudson off the glass and in. Hudson now with 6 points, and it's 65 to 30. Quickly ahead, Richardson over to Saito for Pioneer on the near wing. Saito steps back on the near sideline, working against Thurman. Screen from Conley. Now there's a shot from the free throw line. Rattles off. Rebounded by Phelps coming the other direction. Here comes Fox. Fox, top of the key, over to Hudson. Now back, just off top of the key is Thurman. Thurman at the P for Pioneer. Moves it over on the far side to Gurnett. Now trying to work his way around is Fox. Fox. That tipped away by DeJesus, but a whistle and a foul coming up on Pioneer with 1 minute 20 seconds left to go.
Fouls on number 33.
Conley picks up his third foul. Third on Pioneer, 4 on Huron. One more on Huron, and Pioneer will be at the line. That inbounded, quickly put up, three-pointer, and rebounded as good job to grab it. Thurman on the long rebound, that causes a foul. Conley picks up his fourth foul. Thurman at the line, shooting two with 1:16 left to go. That up and nothing but net for Thurman. He has 3, trying to make it 4 points. Next shot for Thurman coming, bends the knees, puts it up, that off the rim, rolls around. Conley with the rebound, 1:15 left to go. Saito brings it in for Pioneer, down by 36. Now screen by Conley. Saito back just inside of half court. Saito calling out signals. Saito. Another screen from Conley. There's a bump by Thurman. That's a whistle. Thurman picks up the foul. That is his first. That should be the 5th foul. That should put Pioneer to the line shooting. Is that not the 5th foul? Yep, Saito's still line shooting. Now Saito puts it in. He has 11. Kavari in for Huron. Saito, one more coming, 1 minute left to go. Rattles around and in. Saito with 12. Here comes Huron, racing ahead with it is Cameron. Cameron over midcourt. 55 seconds left to go. Racing down the near side, into the near corner. Hudson with it. Hudson works his way around. Over to Cameron. Cameron on the far wing to the far elbow. Cameron puts up the shot off the rim, pulled down. Cameron gets that's Thurman getting the rebound into the far corner. Now Kavari with it. Kavari, that put up and in. He has 7 points, 30 seconds left to go. Saito top of the key. Saito puts up a 3, that off the rim, pulled down, grabbed by Hudson. 22 seconds coming the other direction. Here comes Huron. Hudson over half court. Hudson now has it just on the blockades. Hudson in no hurry. 11 seconds, 10 seconds as Huron has pulled it off called off. They're not going to attack the basket, and they will win 68 to 32. A dominating performance. 36-point win by the JV squad. Varsity will be next. For my camera person, James Wiseman, my name is Mark Wiseman. We'll be back with the varsity action. You were watching Pioneer Men's JV Basketball, brought to you by our